Hey everyone, welcome to 64 here, and today we're going to continue on some more Crash Bandicoot, part of the Insane Trilogy for PC. Now, we're here to my most disdained level in the game, High Road. Or rather, the High Road. You gotta make sure you put that "the" in there, the High Road. If you thought Road to Nowhere was hard, and if you do, that's fine, but if you think that's hard, this sucker will just kick you left and right, and then just toss you out when you're finished with all your lives as soon as you get a game over. But even then, it's not finished. But my point is, this level has no mercy. Like, this level is probably the one level that makes people question what the heck is going on with the physics in this game, including myself. When I first played this, I had so many deaths just because I did not make the jump. And it's so crazy. Oh, that was my fault, but it's just so crazy to me that this is the level I'm pretty sure most people are thinking of when they're talking about these bridge levels. This level right here. Okay, hold on. I'm waiting for that other turtle to move back, so there we go. Okay. Oh, come on. I did not land on you. Or maybe I'm supposed to, but oh my god. This level is the epitome of what is essentially up with the freaking physics in the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Because, like, this level, believe it or not, is only difficult in the Insane Trilogy version because of it. Like, this level is not that hard on its own in OG. Or at least I believe it as a. It's just, oh my god. That's my fault, but that's also what I'm talking about. Like, if you're not at like the very tip of where you need to jump, this is the level that is going to give you a nightmare. And it's not even like it's a hard level. Like, otherwise, it's not really not that hard level. Why I keep dying to that turtle? Like, that turtle was just like, bro, you're just touching me. What's going on here? I thought I'd drop. See, and that's also the thing, but that's just me. Like, I'm not cutting this, by the way. Like, this is something you absolutely need to see, and it's at its pure form. I should still cut this though, but I'm not contemplating on doing so right now. And I think that's the hard part done. Like, every other, I'm not even joking. I think like that's it. Like, for real. Every other part of it, not too difficult. But once you get to that part, it's just somewhat smooth sailing. By the way, if you see that little, do you see that over there? That little white square? Believe it or not, that's not a graphical issue. Like, with the game. Because that's in all versions of the game, and it's not like a limitation or anything. As you can see, they decided to hide a crate up there. So, imagine not being able to see that. Like, you could just get it that way too. You don't need the checkpoint box. Oh no. Okay. I'll explain that part after this, after I get through this section. But imagine the idea of hiding a crate like that and then continue it forward with other games. But anyway, what you saw there was me using the rope. In Crash 1, like OG, I gotta start saying Crash like OG. But in the original version of Crash 1, all you would really need to do in both High Road and even Road to Nowhere was just hang by the ropes. Cause like, if you just jump by the ropes, you never slip off. But in Insane Trilogy, it's not a very effective strategy because on top of it being a very narrow pathway, it's more narrow than it looks. And like, you can also slip off of it at times, so you would have to probably just keep jumping and realigning yourself at this very narrow point, by the way, just so you can get this and get through this no problem. But in Crash 1, it was free. Otherwise, this level just isn't that great for me. Fun level, if it weren't for the fact that there's so many like hiccups here and there. And remember, we still have to do the platinum version of that level too. So expect me to try using the rope a little bit more if I want to save some time. But it's time for Slippery Climb. I think this is actually the hardest color gem to get, actually. The hardest one. Get used to looking at this level design, because for another level like this, you're gonna see this a lot. Some of you already know what I'm referring to here, but yeah, the thing about Slippery Climb is not in the name itself, where it's like the rain, because like the rain effects don't really affect you unless you're on a slope. But no, what marks this level is its infamously freaking precise platforming here. This is the level that makes people think, you know, you have to be really careful how you place stuff here. This level is a testament to how level design has become about thoroughly checking how things work. Oh my god. And making sure everything can work, or else someone will get mad at the end of it. On top of that, we have an embryo bonus. Oh my gosh. It's just crazy that this, when I first played it, was probably the hardest one to do. Then, little did I know, they had plans on making an even harder version of this come out later as DLC. Like, not just harder, but much harder. Like, jeez. Frick. Thankfully, I think the bird comes back, so I'm not too worried. There we go. Whew, I was about to say. Ready, go. All these fast platforms, you know, you're gonna have to get used to moving at a somewhat fast pace, even if it's a little short. Thankfully, it's a little short, but also, yeah, keep in mind that on top of this being as difficult as I mentioned before, there's also the color gem factor that plays in this too. So, I hope you don't plan on trying to use any depth abuse here or anything, because that would not be allowed here. Something I've always been curious about with Crash 1 in NST is what happens if you try getting a gem, you beat it, then you die. I'm not going to experiment with that here, but that is something interesting to think about, to be honest. Somewhat, at least. But on that note, about that being an interesting thing to think about, oh my gosh. Something I did forget to note was, was it this level? Yeah. In Crash 4, like an actual positive thing, I promise, it's really good, is that the game actually resets everything. And I feel like that's a really cool thing that they do that. Because, like, you can watch the cutscenes again, you can see where all the hidden gems and everything are at, you can actually collect crates and be able to train yourself up and being able to get it no problem. I thought that was how you're supposed to do it. Frick! Well, I have no Aku anyway, so. Frick. Oh my god. And we still have a good chunk of the level to play too. Oh my god. To be honest, that's what I'm worried about, if anything. Not even like the actual level itself, just the fact that there's more to play after this. I'm pretty sure this won't hit me. There we go. Such a tight jump. But anyway, with that in mind and that out the way, like, being able to have everything reset so you can actually watch everything again as if it was like the first time playing was a pretty neat thing that they added to Crash 4, because now I can just practice getting everything perfectly now. Like, legit everything. And it feels so good that they did that. I really like that. It was a grand addition. Oh, okay. We're right there. We just have one obstacle away. Imagine dying to this fool, though. Like, imagine after all that, you have 2 boxes left, and you have to jump. You die to that sucker, the freaking lava sister, who also is in CTR, which is a nice thing to mention, because I don't know if y'all know this, but I actually love CTR. Actually. Lights out. We can't get the gem here, so I'm not too worried about this one here. And what makes it, and what's funny is that following up with the hardest like special gem to get in the game is pretty much the easiest. Or I would say it's the easiest. Cause like this one is simply just doing what I'm doing for a good chunk of the level, not getting hit. And then when it gets to a certain point where we start seeing some actual enemies and stuff like that, at that point there's a special like different route you can take because you have the special gem that you just don't even bother with the rest of it. You don't even bother with the rest of the level. Like once you get a certain amount of boxes, I think it's 9. Like we'll see when we get there, but I'm pretty sure it's either 9 or 12. Like I know it's a factor of 3 at least. Or maybe it's not, but I'm pretty sure it's a factor of 3. Once you get to that point, and once you get to the special gem route, that's it. Alright, that's 12. So it's 12. Yeah, right here, and that's it. Whew. But anyway, lights out. Basically, this whole level, as you can tell, has a different way of working with Aku Aku here. So instead of being your protector, he's now your light source, which in some ways is protection. But the thing about this is that if you get hit at any point in the level, Aku Aku immediately leaves. So you'll be pretty much literally left in the dark here. Oh yeah, and that's another cool thing to mention about Aku Aku in NST. So in this game, whenever you hit a box, if you're not too far away, why did I do that? If you're not too far away, Aku Aku will actually go towards you. And it's actually pretty apparent you can see that when you play the Pearl levels in Crash 3. But when it comes to being too far away, it will just stand there like it does in a normal game. Which, by the way, I do find it ludicrous that you can actually spin away freaking Aku Aku in the original game. Like, bruh. Imagine your only life source and you could just spin that away because you accidentally pressed freaking spin as opposed to jump. I know it sounds impossible, but it's possible. Frick. Unfortunately, he still goes out even after a while, even after the fact. So, what I would recommend to do in the last section is to not spin at the enemies, but either avoid them altogether or just jump on them. Because every enemy in here you can just jump on. There we go. Now I can move forward just fine. By the way, the whole don't spin thing actually has another principle in a future level. Why did I just not wait? Anyway, has what is it? Effective use actually in the. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied about this. Like, I already know what the level I'm talking about is. It's Jaws of Darkness, and it's like, if you spin in a specific direction, you could end up ruining your chances of getting the other key in this game. Frick! I'm not too far away, and I can actually sort of see where I need to stand. Frick. I can't see it too well here. Ah! Yeah, that was actually kind of crazy. I actually was able to see where I needed to jump and everything. It wasn't too bad, but unfortunately I died. So yeah, in levels like this, just don't get hit. Like, don't get hit, don't get impatient, like, don't be afraid of being without a little bit of light source. I really should have waited, because now I'm really going to be without a light source. I just need to get to the last, I just need to see the last section so I can know where I need to jump and everything. Frick. Okay. Here we go. Nice. Oh my gosh. That's not a hard level otherwise. It can be difficult though. That's what I will say. It's a level that can be difficult, but you know, in good practice and practicality, it's straightforward, I should say. Not easy, but straightforward. Now that being said, in the next level, we'll be taking care of Jaw's darkness. We got a gem to worry about. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. I forgot. How do you rotate the camera? Is it? Oh, it's freaking square and circle. I thought it was left or right with the buttons, but I forgot they have a secondary function in this game. You can see the display time. You can see the leaderboards, which will be really great when it comes to looking at platinum relics, because I'm so glad you can look up where you need to find platinum relics. You don't have to get a gold relic just to see what the platinum relics are. And RB, you just change it to where you can need to see the next relic grade, which doesn't really matter in this version since you could just look at the leaderboard, but you are pretty much going to need it for the Switch version of the game. So we have Jaws of Darkness, we have, I think, another mechanical level, and then we have, I'm guessing, either the boss? No, the second one over here is the boss. But this one right here, I'm pretty sure it's just castle machinery. So with that being said, until we get to that point, stay warped. Stay warped! And goodness, this was actually a pretty long part.